Hi, this is Sunset Mushy, hoping to brighten your guys' day. And this is a pick a card reading on, I think I'm going to call it like, am I on the right path? Now, I don't want to insinuate anything. So this isn't a reading for like, oh, you're on the wrong path. Rather, this is a reading for if you're worried if you're even on your path right now, or if you're worried, like, am I doing this right? You know, that kind of stuff. Because that's stuff that I kind of freak out about every once in a while and things like that. And basically the answer comes down to, like, it's divine timing. You're exactly where you need to be. So, yeah. Basically, if you're trying to get somewhere, if you're trying to meet people, if you're trying to find a situation for yourself where you can live your life and be happy and do the things you want to do, this is a reading for that, pretty much, for like messages about that. And if you're on the right path, if that's like a thing, if that's a possibility for you, you know, already through intuition and just like what I believe is like, yeah, of course it is. Every single one of us have the power within us to create whatever reality we want for ourselves, and that we are creating the reality around us right now. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I hope that makes sense. Basically, this is just gonna be messages if you might be feeling lost, feeling down, or confused, or not sure if you're even on your path that you want to be on. Yeah. So I guess this is, should I like be on this path? I already forgot how I phrased it the first time. But anyways, if you choose reading number 1, or if you choose you know, lapis lazuli, this is reading number 1's crystal. Reading number 2's crystal is honey calcite. Only thing that I can think. And then reading number 3's crystal is, or stone, is a moonstone. So yeah, when I fall apart. So we're gonna get started with reading number 1. This one's blue, so oh yeah, I forgot about these. And I'm also gonna throw out these ones too, these messages. Let's see which ones come out. These are, I guess, self-made, my own sort of deck. I don't know if this is an oracle deck because it's just like words, but it's my like little deck with a couple words on it and some little doodles. Pretty much I just like do this until literally one falls out of my hand. Like, I'm trying to not let any fall out, and then whichever one does fall out will be the one. Okay. So, something about beauty. Your message, it's about love. So this is the, where's the angle? There we go. The love card. Da 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 da. To me, this is love is in the air. Love is all around you. And of course, love is within yourself. That much, of course, you know. There is actually something quite beautiful about the path you are on. The path you are on is basically the path of love. My own belief is that if you are on the path of love, if you are trying to choose love over fear every time, or as much as you can, or however much you can take, and you are trying to fill yourself with love and release anything that is basically not love, then I'd say that's a pretty good path. That's the path I'm on. I don't know about you guys. Self-love, yeah. This is about how you see the world, how you see yourself, how you see your surroundings, everything. What do you think about love, and does it apply? What you are applying that love to yourself, are you applying it to everything else? Because how you treat yourself, feel about yourself, see yourself, does reflect what you see in the world. Because you are the world, you are the universe. So if you are having fears and doubts, then the universe that you see has fears and doubts. So if you could release those fears and doubts, then all that is going to be around you is love, pretty much. And so that's pretty beautiful. And of course, that's not like 1,000,000,000% true, because we are the universe, but so is every other individual here. So then there might be individuals who might be full of fear of meeting people who are full of love. So then therefore your path of love, you still run into people who are basically on a different vibration. And that's okay, because on a path of love, you would see that person, you would see love, you'd be like, I love that person, and the me that loves them is them loving me, so anything else is not that, and so I'm going to move forward, that kind of thought. So like, basically, when you run into people that you love, because basically if you love yourself, you love the universe, and you run into someone, let's say their views are against yours in all ways, they I don't know, their biggest hobby is I don't know, suffering puppies, something that you clearly just don't agree with, and it's that is the part of them that is full of fear, maybe I guess hate. Hate is a thing, I guess, but it's it's just love reflected, So it's all that stuff. When I see someone who I don't agree with or has different thoughts and feelings, I'm just okay, I just feel sad. I'm that is a lot of pain, and that does not have to be my pain, because I have released that, so that is theirs, and I wish the best for them, and I see the beauty in them still, no matter what they say or show to me, and will just wish them the best of luck and have to do what's best for me, because my universe is not full of that. My universe is full of love, and so that's why they showed up, because yeah, they are full of love, but because they are also full of some other things, eventually it's more like they were a leaf in my world and they flew off. So then, that's how friendship gets real tricky, why friends maybe come and go, because a lot of the time there's a lot of good things about your friends, but sometimes they are full of more hurting and suffering than you are, or sometimes you are more so than them, and therefore the vibration doesn't stay the same and you guys drift. So I think that's how friendships can always come and go all the time. But for that same reason, let's say you and an old friend drift for whatever reason, if you heal enough and fill yourself with enough healing and love and all that, and so do they, then naturally, by law of attraction, what's to stop you guys from reuniting and coming back together? So I truly believe even people who let's say bullied me way back in first grade or kindergarten, or since I existed, aka family members, as they heal and grow, and as I heal and grow, maybe there's a chance. So, yeah, that's my take on that message. What is the universe trying to say about the path you are on? Clearly you're on this path, and you're watching these videos, so I feel like most of you are trying to pursue happiness, love, things like that. I feel like if you're am I on the right path? Chances are this is, I don't know. Never mind. Honesty. Woo! You're on your path. The universe is saying you're just trying to maybe do this, or if this is not you, then you're striving for this, and this is the path you are still on. I feel there may be some things to to bring out and see, which is like truth. See the truth around you. See the truth of your heart. See the truth of your third eye. See the truth within yourself of what you really want. Because if you want, another thing that I feel about the universe is that before I was born as Sun Wen, I still existed for eternity. My energy, maybe it was in some other past lives, but my energy more or less chose to come here as Sun Wen. I think it split in half as a twin flame, and I think I've known my twin flame for all of eternity because my twin flame has existed for the same amount of time as me. We're twin flames. And overall, we've all existed for the same time because the energy all started with the universe. So we've all been here for eternity, basically. Maybe not on Earth, but our energies have existed for eternity. So the way I see things is that I was born, and as a kid, I was like, why do I feel like I've existed for forever? When I was like 3 or something. But, I'll talk to my parents about it, and they'd say, oh, that's Buddhism you're talking about. You're talking about reincarnation. That's just a figment of your imagination, which you also don't have. It was very confusing. Pretty much that's how I was kind of explained. I was taught that I don't have imagination or feelings, but at the same time that my ideas that I was coming up with clearly came from there. So it was very interesting and very confusing. It was basically like my family was under a bigger sleeping curse than me, and then that made my sleeping curse worse. So, yeah, basically what I'm talking about is, like, so growing up, I'd feel very alone at times, and I'd, be going through pain or bullying or whatever it is, and I'm like, I'd be reaching out. I'd be like, where is that person who's supposed to help me? I'm like, there's someone who something I'm missing. Like, where is my best friend, basically? Where is my best friend? And eventually I found out, oh, yeah, I am my best friend. And figured out, oh yeah, I have to accept myself. I do love myself. Oh, it is okay being gay, and I'm going to accept that part of me. Sorry that I'm talking about myself, guys, but I feel like this might help you guys. But basically, I accept those things, and by accepting, oh yeah, I am this, I am that, I am full of love. I do love, like, the way I see things, and that, like, I am gay, and that, oh yes, I do want this, and I do want that. I do have this, I do have that. And without even realizing it, I just like met my twin flame, and it really is amazing. And meeting him, all it did was remind me, oh yeah, he's been here this whole time. Like, the whole like, oh, where were they? It was like they were also doing this stuff. They were also surviving and living life and trying to remember and stuff. I think I awakened a little bit sooner because I don't think it was until months later that maybe he started thinking this connection is actually pretty forever, pretty connected, because I felt connected the moment I met him, and I didn't know why. I didn't even know what twin flame was, but anyway, this is going for a long time. I gotta flip more cards for you guys. But if my stories or my messages about my own life help you guys in any way, just let me know, and I'll make a video where I just talk. But this is supposed to be a reading video. I feel like if you are having fun, that is something that Spirit is trying to get you to kind of know about this. If this is supposed to be a fun journey. This is not supposed to be torture, as much as it may feel like torture. Yeah. It's time to conclude a previous book in your life. Of course, this is like the moon deck, so like there's moons in all of these, but like it is very interesting to see them come out in this way. It's like maybe something you were led on to believe about this world or universe or yourself, whatever it is. There's something that needs to go. A previous conditioning. You were maybe conditioned to think or feel certain things, and it's time to let that end, to let that suffering go. So that's the message I'm getting. Running out of time, but you know, if you resonate with these, chances are I'm just going to keep talking about these throughout each one, so I might see you in reading 2 and reading 3. If not, sending love and light, and I'm already sending love and light, but basically I'll talk to you guys next video, or, you know, this video if you stick around. Yeah. Alright, peace out. I'm losing touch. All these little things seem to matter so much that they confuse. And you are definitely moving forward, even if you're feeling like you're standing still. No matter where you are, those of you just reading 1, and I guess all of us, you are moving. You are, in fact, moving. Spirit wanted me to say that. If this is how we fall apart. Okay, reading number 2, Honey Calcite. Those of you who chose reading number 2, Honey Calcite. Yeah. You are on a healing journey. Perhaps, you know, those of you who chose reading number 1 or 3, you guys can be this too, of course. But I feel strongly, those of you who chose reading number 2, that you are on like a shaman healing vibe. You know, you could be a tarot reader, or you could be just naturally a healer. Maybe people talk to you and like just feel better. Like just something about you, like you're able to apply to, oh wow, this one's coming out, choose your battles. Yeah, it's like through your own experiences and through your own life, you're able to kind of give your own advice of what you have learned. So if this sounds like you, this may be the path for you, a healing path, a path of trying to understand, trying to figure out what's going on. So a path to enlightenment, I guess. But I think that's all of us, honestly. But that's my kind of take on this whole journey thing. I'm just trying to figure out what it means. Just trying to figure out what it means. So let's see what comes out. I'll just do this until basically one falls out. Okay. So we get love again. Yeah, which, you know, it's the love deck. So, yeah, you're very much so on a healing journey. Path of love, of course. I feel like that's everybody here. That we're all technically on the path of love. There's just certain people out there that, I guess, are in a bigger amnesia than the rest of us. And, I don't know, they're striving for something else. Whether that's, like, literally just money, or maybe even they're striving for just like hurting people, stuff like that. Not that, I don't know what I'm bringing. Oh yeah, speak your love. Yeah, teach. I feel like a very teacher vibe from you. You know, a shaman, a healer. This pretty much just kind of like says that to me, where you speak your love pretty much. You talk about love. You communicate the way you feel about love. You communicate this and bring great lessons pretty much for others. So what does Spirit want to say about all of this? Take the lead. Yeah, you're a leader. Take leadership with this. Take initiative. If you're going to be speaking the path of love, basically like really own up and like really take charge and like be a role model for love. Be a role model for what it means to commit, pretty much. Especially with this song, Budapest. I leave it all. Like, it sounds like, love is like unconditional. And I feel like the more you speak your truth about that and really, communicate, like the more you really commit, like, yep, unconditional love. I'll, you know, through throat chakra, that was what I was inspired with for this card, you know, and with heart chakra, love. I feel like it's like whatever your heart and whatever your heart chakra is basically resonating or emanating, I don't know, that your throat chakra will basically communicate the same thing. You get another chakra. You get sacral chakra, which is feelings, your emotions. So, yeah, I'm hearing to let your emotions take charge to lead the way. Yeah, go with your feelings. Sacral chakra is like right below the belly button. I guess that's like what people call this the gut feeling, or maybe that's the solar plexus chakra. But yeah, I'm just hearing go with the flow of your emotions. And if you're going with the flow of your emotions, then I guess to answer the question at the beginning of this reading, yes, you're on the right path. And if you're not going with the flow of your emotions, then yes, you're still on the right path, because you're probably that's a blockage, and a blockage is just flow reversed. So basically, you have this. You just got to get into this if you're not in the flow of things. But I feel like you are. Yeah, success and growth. As you go with the flow, this is like something you're learning to do, as we all are. You know, it's pretty tricky to go with the flow, I would say. I've done a lot of figuring out how to go with the flow myself. Wow, base root chakra. This just popped out like that. Going with the flow in the material world. You are taking charge in the material world. Showing great leadership. You're very grounded, and if you're not, your success and growth is leading up to a very stable, grounded energy. So your root chakra, a lot of balancing is going on. I feel like what you're going with the flow of mostly right now, what you're allowing to take initiative is basically 3 things. Your own emotions, like how you feel. Your own security, so like necessities, making sure you're like eating and like doing stuff, like keeping a clean space, whatever it is, material world grounded stuff, you know. Those are parts of you taking the lead at different times, and ultimately you're balancing these, and then like overall, those become the successful person who has grown and really like stepped into their own power and like blossomed, is what I'm hearing. And so it's like, who is taking the lead right now? Is it your emotions, or is it your survival instincts, or is it both of them fused into one being, you, yourself, whole, you know, balanced, that is taking the lead? And it's kind of like a bit of all of them, but overall, these are the main goals, to like go with the flow, to let these rule themselves out as the emotions maybe takes more of the lead, or survival takes more of the lead. Overall, they all weave together into like this success and growth. The 8 of Wands, knowing what you want. 8 of Wands is also a card of communication. So I am very much hearing there's stuff about communicating your feelings and what you want, pretty much. Communicating what you want in the material world regarding the growth of something, of a path, of going towards someone or something. Communicating that seems to be a message really calling out. Dance with the ones he loves. I'm here to just take these 2. I'm going to put these cards back. Actually, I will take them. Okay, 6, Simply Love. 6 of Cups. Master, yeah. Hope, yeah. I'm feeling this vibe. Coming together, detach. Yeah, I like how that came in the middle. So, there is a bit of a cage on your heart, but this type of cage is the one where it's 8 of Swords. It's, the cage actually can be broken at any time. The cage, this is not a very, well, I mean, it can be deeply rooted, but this type of cage is more like it could have come up yesterday. So this isn't telling you you've had a caged heart your whole life. This is more so saying, like, this caged heart, this is the aspect where your thoughts, where you kind of feel stuck, where you feel helpless and hopeless. And Spirit is saying to detach from this, that these are fears, you are creating this cage yourself, basically, with the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is what creates the cage. The 8 of Swords is feeling trapped and like that you don't know what to do and that you can't see when actually you can easily free yourself from that. You can easily just step away from all the swords. You can do it. It's just like, it's very scary because you're around them. You're around these swords, but you can just move away, basically. This person can walk away from these swords, this energy, and yeah, and basically that would free their heart. I'm hearing the way to do this is to detach from this, detach from a previous version of yourself, detach from your fears, your caged heart. Let this go. Let things of the past that you've thought about, like you've like seen past experiences that built up who you are today, and their spirit is saying to like really try to find a way to let that go, because what comes from that, love abounds. So it's not like forget your past will make up your like who you are today always, you know. That's why there's like water inside of this heart. It's almost like this sorrow and love are like the same thing. Like sorrow is just like a hurting heart, and then like love is like the heart that finally healed. It's really beautiful. And then Six of Cups is like harmony coming together, simply love in this deck. It's just like, it's basically another unconditional love card. It's just like, it's just that simple. The answer is that simple. It's like, fear should not stop you from simply love. And then coming together, Two of Cups, partnership. So there's a lot coming your way and already around you. It's just a matter of if you can detach from your own fears and see it. So, hope these messages resonated. Sending love and light, and you know, if you stick around for reading 3, if you go back to reading 1, whatever it is, cool. But if not, talk to you soon. Peace out. Okay. Those of you who chose reading number 3, let's see what messages come out. It's really hard to shuffle these because they're like bent and stuff, but it is nice because then one just pops out and then I can just take that one. Alright, well, I am feeling this one. I think it was orange. Yeah, I see it. It's orange. Do. So, for those of you who chose reading number 3, there's action. You are taking action, and if you're not, this is Spirit saying to take action of some sort. I'll take one more card from this. What kind of action can I get that message from here? Let's see. Okay. Action. Haha. Action about yourself. Action about what you can do. So this is like action in all aspects. So this is action, like what is something that you can do at this moment? Think of something, or maybe write a list. Come up with stuff that is in your range of capabilities. What are things that you can say right now, like, okay, I'm not doing anything right now, I can do certain things, even in this state, wherever you are. Like, if, you know, if you're, like, deeply hurting, or, in a tough time, wherever you are, what is something that you can come up with that you know that you can always do? Maybe that's read, or maybe that's just sit. Maybe it's, like, feel trapped and, like, not know what to do until, like, 6 days pass, and you're like, okay, I guess I could eat? Like, that's totally fine, too, sort of. I mean, that example is kind of sad, but, like, I hope you get what I mean. Basically, it's like, so long as you are doing something, that is, Spirit is saying that is the path. That is a success. It might not look like you're getting somewhere with whatever you're doing, but Spirit is basically just saying, like, keep doing, yeah, 7 of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, sure, this might feel like that, but ultimately, you can break out of the 7 of Pentacles energy. And I feel like the camera showed this, so let me see what it... 2 of Swords, yeah. You might feel a little stuck right now. King of Wands. You got a lot of passion, and so you feel stuck. So you're like, what do you even do? Because what you're passionate about, the decisions are, like, farther down the road. They're not right now. Basically, it's like Spirit is trying to say, like, maybe what's creating a bit of the Two of Swords energy is that you're thinking too far into the future, and you gotta think closer to where you are now. Things that you really can do as the current you. Basically, they're saying, like, yeah, you'll grow and change and evolve or whatever and ascend as you keep moving forward, but it's like, what can you do at the place you're at right now? And that is the key to that evolution, to that ascension, to that great change, whatever it is. Seven of Wands, yeah. Keep persevering and just make a decision. Just make some sort of decision. Persevere. It's an isolating path as the Nine of Wands. But ultimately, by doing this, you will be unknowingly fitting into the Seven of Wands. You will be unknowingly at the perfect time in your life for certain synchronicities to line up and for certain rewards to come in. Let's see if Spirit is wanting to say what those rewards are. Or like what is coming from these synchronicities. What comes from this Seven of Wands energy, Spirit? What is coming from this path that those who chose reading number 3 is on? By making a decision and ending up at the right place at the right time, simply just because it's going to happen, but it's just a matter of like persevering and doing things solo and like kind of not being able to see what's out there other than what's just in your own setting, in the tower that you've built for yourself. Like, what comes from just being where you are right now? For those of you who chose reading number 3 with these synchronicities, let's see. So what comes from this, Spirit? Spirit's saying I basically have to change the song. Well, I'm hearing love right off the bat. What is this? 10 of Wands. Yeah, what's coming from this is getting past this 9 of Wands. This no longer are you like doing this on your own. Like, finally, something comes together. I'm hearing it's still like a path like where you are on your own, but like you don't feel anymore. It's more like more connected. You drew some sort of connections from this synchronicity. Something came together for you in terms of your actions. Something about this paid off to some reward of an action that basically like the understanding of where this energy can go comes from this. So that was a little bit conflicting. It's like you've been making Two of Swords decisions a bunch. Keep doing it, and eventually it will change into a new path will open up. So, 6 of Swords. Yeah, this is like moving on from something. You'll be able to really move on from pretty much this energy. This, I'm hearing stagnant energy, isolated energy even. Yeah, there's a clarity. Ace of Swords. Some sort of clarity is coming from all of this. I'm hearing struggle and conflict. These are very like challenging cards with the 7s, and then the 2 of Swords is a bit of a challenge / like stuck. And then 9 of Wands is like an isolated challenge. But the 7s especially, this is like a challenge regarding